The calculator on the MCA test is a scientific calculator and it can do a lot of really cool things. So we're going to try to do some things today. So for exponents, if we are trying to do 11 squared or 11 to the power of 2, we can use this little exponent button here. So here's what it would look like. I would put 11 into my calculator, then I would hit this one. So the X is just saying whatever number you have, it's going to raise it to the power of 2. And then hit enter, and there you go. That is your answer. So I want you to try this one. What is 12 to the power of 2? We can also use this to find percent of a number. So let's say we want to find 50% of 25. We would put 25 times 50% into our calculator, and we have to hit the percent button. In order to get the percent, which is this little green thing on top of this button, we have to first hit the second button, which is green, and then it does the thing that is green. So if I go back to here and I do 25 times 50, I'm going to hit the second button and then percent, then hit enter. I get 12.5. So now you try 25% of 28. We can convert fractions to decimals. You'll first have to enter a fraction, and then you will convert it to a decimal using this button here. F and D stand for fraction and decimal. You'll also actually need this button right here as well to make your fraction. So if I'm going to do 1/5 to a decimal, I'm going to do 1. I'm going to hit this button here to make a fraction, then the 5. I'm going to hit the over button to get out of like that denominator. So now I have 1/5. And then I'm going to hit the second button, and I'm going to hit this one. So that's changing it from a fraction to a decimal, and that I hit enter. You could just as easily, though, do 1 divided by 5. If you remember that, you can do that. But if you forget, you can always use this button as well. So 0 and 2/10. All right, let's have you try. Convert 8/20 to a decimal. Now let's convert a decimal to a fraction. So this time you're going to put the decimal in first. You will still hit the second button and hit this one so it can convert from fraction to decimal or decimal to fraction. So if I'm doing 25 hundredths, so 0.25, and then I want to make it a fraction, I'll hit the second button and then this fraction to decimal button. I hit enter, and there you go. The cool thing about this too is it also simplifies it, because technically it would be 25 out of 100, and then it simplifies it for you down to 1/4. All right, so I want you to try 8/10. Let's turn that into a fraction. You can also convert a fraction to a percent. Okay, so normally you'd convert a fraction to a decimal first and then to a percent. But this one can do it all in one step. So you're going to enter your fraction, and then you're going to hit the second button and this arrow percent. That means convert to a percent. So if I'm entering 1/5, I'm going to do 1. I'm going to hit this button here to kind of make it a fraction. I'm going to hit the 5 and hit over. So there's my 1/5. Then I'm going to hit second, and I'm going to say change it to a percent. Enter 20%. All right, you try. Let's convert 3/24 to a percent. All right, let's convert a decimal to a percent. So it's the exact same thing, except for instead of typing in the fraction first, we just put in a decimal. So if I want to convert 2/10 to a percent, I do 0.2, the second button, and then I'm going to do arrow percent. I'm changing it to a percent. And then I hit enter, 20%. All right, you try 1 3/10. Let's convert that to a percent. All right, everyone hates fraction operations, but this calculator makes it pretty fun. All right, so if we're going to do 3/4 plus 5/6, we just have to use this fraction button here to make our fractions, and then whichever operation it gives us. So if I'm going to do 3/4 plus 5/6, I'm going to do 3 fraction fourth over plus 5 fraction bar 6 over, and then equals 19/12. And so if instead of addition, it told us to subtract or multiply or divide, you would just change out that symbol there. So I want you to try 1/3 minus 5/6. So again, you're hitting this button to make that fraction bar. Once you type your denominator, hit this over button. And then once you have it all typed in, hit enter. All right, we have 2 more things we're going to practice. So for my last one, I had an answer of 19/12. I might want to convert that to a mixed number. Okay, if I already have this in my calculator, which I do right now, I just want to convert it to a mixed number. So I'm going to keep that answer I already have, and I'm going to hit the second button, and then this one. Oopsies, I hit that an extra time. So let me see if I can go back. Oh, I might have just totally messed that up. Oh, no, there we go. All right, second, that one. And I'm only going to click it once this time. So it's converting it from a regular fraction to a mixed number. So 1 7/12. If that 19/12 was not already in my calculator, I would do 19 fraction bar 12, hit the over button to get out of that denominator, and then second, and then this one here. So I'm converting it to a fraction with 2 parts to one with 3 parts. Hit enter. There you go. So let's have you try it. Let's convert 14/3 to a mixed number. And lastly, let's go in reverse. We have the mixed number 2 3/4 equals 11/4. So we're going to use first, this mixed number button here. So it would be second, and then this one, and then second, this one, because we're going to be converting it. All right, so 2 3/4, I'm going to do 2, the second button, which will do this mixed number, 3. Now to get down to the denominator, I hit down, and I type my 4. I click over to get out of the denominator. Then I'm going to hit the second button, and then I'm going to hit this one. It converts it, and it converts it either way. It either makes a mixed number or it makes the not mixed number, which is improper. So I'm going to click that button, hit enter, 11/4. All right, you try 6 1/2. Let's convert that one to an improper fraction.